Hi guys, welcome to my ballet basics series. So first I'm going to be doing the ballet bar basic. I decided to make this series because even though I danced ballet when I was younger, I really came back to it and started training properly when I was 25. And I know that the process can be slightly different for an adult ballet dancer to someone who's been dancing all their lives, and you have to think about different things and be aware of different things. So I thought that I'd make this series just sharing the things that I think about when I'm doing the exercises, and I hope that they can also help you as well. So to start with, today we're going to be looking at plié and tendu. So the first thing is the posture. You want to turn out to wherever you feel comfortable. So the best way to turn out is to kind of turn out from the toes, push your heels as far forward as they'll go, and then stay there, as opposed to wiggling and using the floor as a way to find your first position. So it's much better to use the muscles to find your first position. And then obviously you want the knees nice and pulled up, pelvis in, rib cage flat, projection here, shoulders back. And when we do plié, we don't want to think about just dropping or bending. You want to think that there's always resistance. So as I go down, I'm resisting the plié. And then the same as I come up, there's resistance. It gives the movement a different quality if you have resistance rather than just going. I don't know if you can see the difference, but you should always think about resisting as you go down and pulling up as you go down. And then as you straighten, resist. And again, the knees at the end, pulling up the knees at the end. Other things to think about. The knees are going to go directly over the toes, which is why it's important to have your real first position. There's no really point in forcing a perfect first position if then your knees are going in front of your toes. So just to wherever is your first position, and then again, knees opening. You should always be thinking about this rotation here, this way. Something else to think about always, throughout all of bar, throughout all of centre. They used to tell us this at the conservatoire all the time, so you can imagine even dancers who've been dancing like most of their lives still need to think about this, and it's the arches of your feet. We have a tendency to go forward, but you need to always be thinking that the arches of your feet are lifted. So here, that they're really lifted up. And so the same as you do the plié, don't collapse, keep the arches up, plié, and again up. So when we move on to the grand plié, for example, we're going to go to our full demi-plié, where I can't go any further without lifting up my heels. Then as we lift up the heels, we don't sink and sit, we stay active, and then as we come back up, the heels are trying to touch the ground before anything else, and then again we straighten. And the same process there with keeping the arches lifted. So as we go down, and here the heels are pushing forward. We don't want to come and lose our turnout here, so the heels should be pushing forward. Again, don't sit down, and finish. And that's the same in every position. It's the same in second, apart from obviously when we do the grand plié in second, we're not going to lift up our heels, we're just going to go here. And again, pushing the knees back. The same in fourth, and the same in fifth. So for tendus, it's really important to articulate the foot. So as we come forward, we're going to get to our furthest point that we can, extending the arch, but keeping the toes on the floor until we can't anymore. We have to lift the toes up. Because I see sometimes quite a lot of this that doesn't articulate the foot. We need to really work pushing the heel forward to the highest point of the arch with the toes on the floor, then extend, and the same coming back. This time the toes are leading. Again, the heel forwards. Now I have okay turnout, but if your turnout is really shallow, and especially if you don't have flexibility in second position, then you need to be bringing your tendu a tiny bit diagonal, not like this because you know it does. neither front nor side, but you don't have to open it fully out to the side. Obviously in tendus, the supporting leg needs to be pulled up, the knee needs to be strong, the leg totally straight, and then we can work properly with our tendus. And again, thinking about the arch of that supporting foot all the time and not collapsing. The arch is fully supported while I'm doing the whole exercise. Now the tendu to the back is slightly more difficult, I think. So when we do a tendu to the back, we don't want to be thinking so much about lifting the hip. We don't want to lift the hip, but we do want to rotate from here so that we're not doing a tendu like this. It still needs to be turned out, but again, without lifting the hips. The hips are square, but we're trying to rotate from here. Thank you very much guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video and that it was helpful. So stay tuned because obviously this is a series, so I'm going to be going through all the different movements that we do at the bar, or most of the most important movements that we do at the bar, and just explaining the things that have helped me with improving my technique, and hopefully that can help you as well.